Have you ever felt there's something more? A quiet voice, a persistent whisper deep in your mind, telling you, life can't just be this routine, this endless chase for something that never fills the void. It's at this point of unrest that the veil begins to lift, revealing an ancient wisdom. A secret so potent it was nearly erased from the narratives we know. We're not talking about distant legends, but a visceral truth that resonates with the very fabric of your being. Imagine for a moment that the miracles humanity has recounted, for millennia those attributed to figures like Jesus, weren't just external divine interventions, but manifestations of a profound inner mastery, the activation of a latent power dormant within each of us. This isn't a religious tale, but a philosophical and neuroscientific exploration of how consciousness shapes reality, a revelation of the forbidden secret behind Jesus' miracles. It's a journey to uncover what truly happened in those moments that seem to defy all logic, and how this understanding could be the key to unlocking your own miracles. Consider the blind man who regained his sight. Was it only physical vision that was restored, or was it his perception of the world, his belief about himself and his limitations, that was fundamentally transformed? Blindness is often more than a physical condition. It's a metaphor for the inability to see truth, to recognize one's inner light, the archetypes guiding our journey. How many of us walk around with perfectly functional biological eyes, yet remain blind to the messages in our dreams, to the Jungian symbols life presents daily, to the repetitive patterns that keep us trapped in cycles of pain? This is the crux of awakening consciousness. It's not a grand, singular event, but a continuous process of unveiling, peeling back layers of social conditioning, family expectations, and emotional trauma accumulated over a lifetime, even inherited across generations like a resonant echo in ourselves. True healing, the true miracle, happens when you dive into your inner shadow, that repository of fears, insecurities, and repressed truths most of us prefer to ignore. It's in that dark, feared space that immense power resides, an energy that, once acknowledged and integrated, can catalyze the deepest transformation. Jesus said in his acts of healing, didn't just touch the ailing body. He touched the wounded soul, the psyche in disarray, allowing the light of consciousness to flood the darkest corners of being. Neuroscience, with its studies on brain plasticity and neurogenesis, increasingly validates this idea. We are beings capable of rewiring our brains, creating new neural pathways that free us from old patterns. The pineal gland, that mysterious tiny structure at the brain's center, revered by ancient cultures as the third eye, the seat of intuition and spiritual connection, plays a pivotal role in this process. It's the gateway to expanded states of consciousness, the antenna linking us to a field of information beyond matter, what some call the Akashic field, others the unified field, and Jung termed the collective unconscious. Forgotten spiritual codes aren't mere stories but operational blueprints for activating this innate potential. They are the soul's language, expressed through synchronicity, intuitive insights, encounters that seem coincidental but are, in fact, messages from the universe guiding you. The forbidden secret behind Jesus' miracles is that no external miracle exists without a profound internal reorder. He wasn't a magician, but a master of consciousness, someone who understood and activated his own divine potential and, in doing so, inspired and awakened the same in those around him. This understanding is the key to spiritual healing, not as a one-time event, but as an ongoing process of self-realization, of unveiling your own divinity. Are you feeling this urgency? This call to transcend imposed limitations, to uncover the truth pulsing in your heart? This is the invitation to your own heroic journey, the quest to remember who you truly are and create the reality you deeply desire. Humanity, at its core, has an insatiable thirst for meaning. We seek answers to life's great questions in philosophies, religions, science, but often forget to look within, to the vast universe residing in our own psyche. It's in this fertile ground that archetypes manifest, like invisible actors on the stage of our lives, shaping our choices, fears, and aspirations. The forbidden secret behind Jesus' miracles isn't a hidden gospel, but mastery over these universal principles, a deep understanding of how unconscious forces manifest in the physical world. He wasn't operating outside natural laws, but within a deeper comprehension of them, one science is only now beginning to grasp. The idea that we are co-creators of our reality, not mere spectators, is the heart of this revelation. And this realization can upend everything you thought you knew about yourself and the world. Consider Jesus' teachings. not as commands to be blindly followed, but as forgotten spiritual codes, living metaphors for inner transformation. Love your neighbor as yourself isn't just a moral guideline. It's a recognition of the interconnectedness of all things, an insight that separation is an illusion of the egoic mind. When you heal yourself, you heal the world. When you tap into your own potential, you raise the collective vibration. This is the true magic of spiritual healing. It radiates, affecting the field, rippling through the collective unconscious. It's the resonance Jesus generated, a field of possibility where healing became not just likely but inevitable. He knew faith wasn't merely intellectual belief but a vibrational state, a conviction so deep it reconfigured a person's reality. And that conviction is often built on overcoming emotional trauma, confronting one's inner shadow, freeing energy once trapped in pain. Neuroscience shows our brain struggles to distinguish between a vividly lived experience and one intensely imagined. This is the foundation of visualization, prayer, meditation's power. By focusing intention with deep emotion, we create coherence between heart and brain that can influence matter. The pineal gland, in this context, isn't just a biological clock. It's a transducer, a gateway to higher consciousness frequencies. When activated through spiritual practices, an environment of unconditional love, or sudden synchronicity that reshapes perception, it can tune you into information and energies beyond the five senses. This is the essence of awakening consciousness, not intellectual learning, but an experiential shift in reality perception, a realignment with the source of your existence. Jungian symbols: water, bread, wine, light. The desert were used by Jesus, not just as narrative elements, but as archetypal keys to unlock understanding at the deepest unconscious level in his listeners. He spoke a language the soul understood, even if the rational mind disagreed. For those facing existential crises today, feeling lost or disconnected, decoding these symbols offers a map, a way back home to your true essence. It's an invitation to see your life as a tapestry of symbols, messages, synchronicities the universe constantly sends to guide you. The forbidden secret behind Jesus' miracles is that power doesn't lie in an external figure, but in each individual's ability to access and activate their inner divinity, the same divine spark within us all. It's a call to become the master of your reality, the healer of your life, the alchemist of your soul. Are you ready to accept this invitation? Digging deeper, we reach the core. The existential crisis many feel isn't a sign of weakness but a calling. It's the soul crying for a truth beyond the tangible, a quest for meaning that material distractions can never fulfill. In these moments of deep introspection, the inner shadow emerges, bringing fears, insecurities, and traumas that seemed forgotten. But it's precisely in confronting what scares us that true power lies. As Carl Jung brilliantly articulated, integrating the shadow is essential for wholeness, for the individual's flourishing. The forbidden secret behind Jesus' miracles lies partly in this mastery over the shadow, not denying it, but transforming its energy into light and power. It's the alchemical process of turning pain's lead into wisdom's gold. Consider the countless cases of psychosomatic illnesses, where the physical body manifests the soul's pain, unprocessed emotional trauma. Science now acknowledges the deep mind-body connection, demystifying what was once seen as mere superstition. Our thoughts, emotions, beliefs directly impact our biology, from cellular levels to organ function. Spiritual healing, in this context, isn't just blind faith, but an active process of inner harmonization, redirecting vital energy. Forgotten spiritual codes aren't just theories, they're practical tools for this reorientation. They're the principles governing the interplay of consciousness and belief, the hidden science Jesus mastered and tried to demonstrate and teach. The pineal gland, that mysterious brain in our tiny center, is more than a biological structure. It's a portal, a transducer of frequencies connecting us to the quantum field, to what we call the collective unconscious. When activated through contemplative practices, deep meditation, or peak experiences that raise vibrational frequency, it allows access to information and energies beyond our senses. It's the source of profound intuition, sudden insights, synchronicities that punctuate our lives with meaning, guiding us through uncertainty. This pineal activation is a cornerstone of awakening consciousness, a process that lifts us from limited reality perception to life's vast interconnectedness. Jungian symbols the desert as purification, water as emotion and self-belief. A higher consciousness, a key to our greatest potential, weren't just rhetorical flourishes. In Jesus' parables, They were archetypal keys, universal languages resonating deeply with the human psyche, activating insights the rational mind might not grasp. For those seeking self-discovery and a path through crises, decoding these symbols in their own lives becomes a map. Every challenge, relationship, dream can be a symbol, a coded dispatch from your higher self, your hero archetype, in action, pointing to the next step in your evolutionary journey. The forbidden secret behind Jesus' miracles is that the power to shape reality isn't exclusive to a few, but inherent in everyone who aligns with their divine essence. It's your mastery waiting to be rediscovered, a potency resting in your soul's silence and your heart's intent. We're not discussing a distant theory, but a tangible truth, awaiting integration into your being. The profound existential crisis many experience isn't a system flaw, but a portal. It's the self, the universe, your soul calling for recognition, for reconnection with your higher consciousness. This relentless quest for meaning, the emptiness material achievements can't fill, is the beacon pointing inward to the source of true power and fulfillment. The forbidden secret behind Jesus' miracles isn't found outside, in ancient texts or esoteric rituals. It's something you remember, activate from within, an inherent belief ingrained in us for millennia. The truth is, each of us can transcend the apparent limits of physical reality. Forgotten spiritual codes are the universal principles governing creation. Synchronicity, the interplay of consciousness and belief. Jesus didn't just master these codes, he embodied them. He didn't break natural laws but operated at a consciousness level where they bent to his intent. This isn't empty mysticism, but the application of a consciousness science humanity is only now The spiritual healing he offered was, at its core, a profound reorientation of vital energy, realigning the individual with their archetypal wholeness, dissolving emotional trauma lodged, not just in the mind but in the cellular body. Consider the pineal gland, often called the soul's eye. Neuroscience is advancing and understanding how this gland responds to consciousness states, light, even specific frequencies. To ancient traditions, it was the bridge between physical and spiritual, the antenna to the collective unconscious, the vast information field holding humanity's experiences and wisdom. Awakening consciousness largely involves activating and harmonizing this bridge, allowing freer flow of intuition, creativity, and access to insights that seem to come from nowhere. It's when you start seeing Jungian symbols in your life, not as coincidences, but as direct messages from the self, guiding you to your highest purpose. Each of us carries the hero, healer, sage, archetypes within. The journey to integrate your inner shadow, to face fears and limiting beliefs holding you back, is the ultimate heroic quest. When you dive into these depths, you don't just heal yourself, you activate a potential that ripples, inspiring others. The forbidden secret behind Jesus' miracles is the revelation that power isn't out there, but in here. He didn't come to be blindly worshipped, but to remind us of our own capacity for miracles, our own divinity. It's a call to become the master of your experience, the alchemist of your life, transforming pain into purpose, fear into faith, darkness into light.